Good afternoon, my YouTube friends. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. So we're Friday afternoon and we've got a lovely autumnal day here. I've just had to put the humidifier on. It was only 60%, but we're 24.7 in this small grow room. And what we're looking at here is one of these mounts that I've had. And this one I just call the boy. And it's very clean, very dry, and I've got no sphagnum moss on it. And this gets watered daily. This has been a little bit slow, not as quick as the gracillicorni, but I did notice, can you just see, just there? We have got a new growth starting. I did think the other day, without disturbing here somewhere, there are signs of root development, but and there's plenty of room at the back. Can you see the room I've left there for any canes that might decide to come out at the back here? So that gets watered and fed every day. There's no sphagnum moss, and I'm quite chuffed with that piece of bark. Now, if I just put that down there, and I'll bring you this one over now. You remember me saying that I'm checking certain mounts now, which have got moss, and this one is the there we go. The Gomenze, well, it's really a non-Sidian, and it's the longy pipes one, so it's a hybrid called Lecco, Long Island. And I had this on the same mount during the summer, and it was doing fine. But I was checking this because that area there, that part had started to, that husk there, that covers this part of the developing pseudobulb. There, you see there what I mean? Well, that one there was quite discoloured. So I thought to myself, well, I'm going to check this out. And so I removed the moss. And last night what I thought, I was just watering quite a few, and I like to just check on some of them as I water them. And as I checked, let me just tuck that little root in. That won't survive because there's no, it's been damaged there, but I'll just try and tuck it in. Let's tuck it in there. You see this part of the wood here? This is where that was, here. And when I looked at it last night, this part here, it was showing signs of softness and deterioration, for want of a better word. You see, it's hard as anything. But it's still, can you see how it leaves my imprints of my nails? So I did no more ado last night, then I took it off here. I cleaned all this. I cleaned this. And this part of the wood is very hard. This. And that part. Can you see? And that was the part where it was on. And I believe, I mean, I'm no expert and I don't claim to be an expert. I just go by instinct more than anything. And I believe that the sphagnum moss, together with the continual feed, actually started to deteriorate that bark. And so now there's no sphagnum mass at all. The ones that I don't put any sphagnum moss on, the mounts, which is the gracillicoli and that Dendrobium a day, there's no deterioration of the wood at all. I spray the roots, and it doesn't affect the wood, even though I might have fertiliser, sorry. And so it's just an observation. I thought I'd bring you back. Now this is another one this morning. Let me put that one out of the way over here, and then right, I'm going to tilt this onto one side here, or maybe just bring the camera up. Just hold on. Now let's see whether I can hook this here, so I can show you, actually show you. Okay, let's just go slightly higher, and can I get slightly nearer for you? Sorry about this, I'm trying to give you the best angle. I'm sat on my chair, and I don't know that I'm going to get you the best angle here. Right. It's not too bad. I'll bring it closer anyway. And you'll see this is a lovely gnarled piece of wood. And this is my Holcoglossum subdiflorum. This is the one that unfortunately had a touch of scale on the terete leaves, and you can see the damage that it does. But it's since recovered, and it's given me this new leaf here, and we're sending out another new leaf there. Let me just bring it in a little bit closer for you. Okay. Now, before, it was in the centre here. It was in here, in this centre part here. And you see, in there. And I'd got all that centre filled with moss. Now last night, when I took this down to water, now I'm going to see if I can show you that angle. Where is it? Can you see it down there? Just inside there, on that root, which may be a bit difficult for you. Looked like white mould. So last night I started to unpick the sphagnum moss, and today I've taken it all off. And this piece of wood, like I say, it's untreated, it's out of the garden, I've no idea what it is. But you do run the risk of, when you use untreated wood, now you'll see here, it's still got, can you see the darkness in the centre here? Now can you see all down there? Can you see those crevices down there? Let's see if I can show you down there. All those nice big deep crevices down here, and you see all down there, all the way down there, can you see them? Now that's where today I've scraped out debris, and one of the reasons I wanted to do it now, you see we've got one growing tip. We've got green there. These roots, these other roots are fine, but they're not showing any green tips. Now, this is the newest little Holcoglossum. Oh dear. This one here. and this is Holco Blossom Wangi. It's on a seedling, and you see it's got those markings. Can you see? Can you see that? The marking there. I think that's just damage, because that's a new leaf. See, once you've had scale, you get paranoid. Well, I do anyway. So there's that nice new root there. That's its original root. So what I've done with this piece of wood is I've thoroughly cleaned it this morning, and I've attached it there with a, I don't know, whatever well, whatever it is, I've attached it. I banged it with a hammer, and that's just the end bit of the wood, and that's not going to go anywhere. So now I brought the roots. See, it's still got a little bit of bark left on it. Most of it's fell off, but these two are wedged on. And I've just wired it through with another galvanised clip here. So all down there now, can you see all down there now, is nice and clean. There's no sphagnum moss now, and because sphagnum moss breaks down anyway. And now I've got to wait and see whether this will now give me any new roots. And the next one I'm going to look at is the big Orchids falcata. Now I'm not going to get up because that's hanging up there, and I don't want to trip over this tripod. This has been on here long enough. Let me just hang it back up. Right. So this has been on here long enough now for it to accept this bark, if it's going to accept it. Now it has grown on because we've got that root, but that root never twisted round, and they are capable of twisting these roots. So I'm just going to have to watch that now. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't use untreated wood, because you know, the untreated woods, the wood that's got the most character, and I shall continue to use the wood, but you've got to bear in mind, if you put sphagnum moss on the wood, then the likelihood is, now I've got the tripod stuck, the likelihood is that you're going to get some deterioration of your wood. Right, now let's bring this a little bit closer. I'm just diverting now, I do apologise. I'm diverting just on a couple of Dendrobiums. These were the newest ones, and this is the Dendrobium Dawn Marie by Rung Camel. I've got it in lava rock, and these sit right up by the south-facing windowsill in this little room. And so I've been waiting for this transition to take place. In other words, a transition to lava rock, and the transition to my environment. And now this did come in bark, not very good bark unfortunately, and there must have been a piece of bark left, and when I watered it yesterday, I don't know if you'll see there, can you see there? That little, there, just there. And I watered that yesterday thinking never bothered. I just plunged it into water, as you do, because these get plunged into water. And then as I pulled it out, the piece of wood moved and I discovered this new growth there. So panic stations, because all this had been submerged in the water. And let me just show you with the light on, see whether or not you see it any better with the light on. And let me see now, there. So there we go. And it's got active growing roots now. But I had to get some tissue and dry that new growth, because I thought, oh goodness gracious, I've got water right into it now, that's going to rot it. And the reason I say it's going to rot it is because on this other one, which came at the same time, and that's Dendrobium famosum, Myanmar. You see that little, this one here, this one here. Can you see? Am I in frame? Can you see this one here? That rotted. That rotted. So this one has given me this new growth here, and it's now sending down, can you see where it's sending down roots, just the little green tip of that root, and there's another newish root there. And if I turn this round now, with checking this just today, it's because they've got hairy canes, hairy stems. And can you see there? Can you see? That's, again, I got a new growth coming. And there's a new, I don't know if you'll see it down there, there's a new root as well. And there's new roots there. Can you see new roots there? Can you see? I don't know whether you can see. Do apologise. I'm trying to see and trying to show you, and I think the leaves are in the way. Do apologise if they are. And now that root system's not as brilliant as the other one, and this one actually dropped several leaves. But this is a very high light one. You see, that's what it's been doing. Can you see? Can you see? Sorry about that. Can you see how it's been dropping the leaves on these older canes? But that's a new one. And what's that down in there? Let's have a look. That might have been the start of a sheath. That one there. But it certainly isn't now. So we're out of the woods with those two. And if I just put those two down there, I just wanted to... Here we are. I'll show you. Right. This is one of the big Vandas. And this is Vanda Kultana Gold by Dr. Anek. Alright. Now I'm new to Vandas. And I'm not sure at what point, I'm going to get up now, I'm not sure at what point they do actually start to show. Let me have a look for you. Spikes, right. Now, let's show you down here, if I can. Oh, now, let's see if I can get you right on the camera so you can see. No, you can't see there, can you? let's bring it up. Hold on. Let's bring it up. No, I can't bring it any higher. I'll just take this a bit. See if I can do it this way. Oh, oh, oh. No, you still can't see it. Okay. Right. Now, can you see? Can you, Nelly? Right where my thumb is, down there. Oh, too close. Right, hold on. I'll do this if it kills me. Right, right. Can you see it? Can't you see it? Oh, wrong light. Oh dear, I'm on the moon. There we go. Right. Now, I've no idea. I've no idea whether that could be a root developing or what. Now, because I've messed it about, there we go. See, this is another job I'm going to have to be doing come the winter. You see, because these are in sphagnum moss. Okay. And now that's fine at the moment. I'm going to put something under there just to wedge this up. Now this is fine at the moment and they're loving it. But come our cold winter months, I won't be able to have this sphagnum moss like this, wet like this, because that'll do them no good. No good at all. I need to lift that up. Can you see? I'm going to lift that up like that and just put something under there. Probably a stone or something out of the garden just to keep that level. Anyway, that one's attaching to that piece of bark, that root there, that nice big root. And you see how that's attaching to that nice piece of cork bark. So, I don't know how long this video is. Oh, goodness gracious, it's very long. So I do apologise about long videos. But anyway, let's hit you up here and just finish on a bloom. And then, there we go. Let's bring the camera up. We'll finish on a bloom. And I trust you all have a nice weekend. Let's bring this tripod leg up so I don't. There we go. Knock everything over. There. Nice to finish with a bloom. So from me to you, take care. Bye bye now.